Where's Bobby? He needs to start the show.
I don't know. I haven't seen him for the last several days.
What do you mean? He's supposed to be here now. I had everything all planned.
Well, just change the plan. I've gotta go.
Wait, Cassie. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, Annie, things don't always go the way we planned, but that's because God has a better plan, so we need to trust Him.
A better plan?
I've got something to show you. So, let's get this show started!
What are we doing here? Why are we at an art museum?
Trust me, I need you to close your eyes and walk up to this wall. Okay, now open your eyes. What do you see?
All I see is some black and yellow. How am I supposed to see the picture when I'm standing this close to it?
Okay, well now try looking at it from further away.
Oh, that's what it was.
Let's try another one.
Why are we doing this?
You'll see.
I just see streaks of color.
Now back up.
That's what it was?
Yeah, alright, one more.
All I see is black. Oh, that's what it is.
These pictures look a lot different further away than they do when you're really up close, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, in our lives, God is all-knowing, so it's like He can see the whole picture, but we can only see a tiny little bit, so sometimes it doesn't make sense why things aren't going the way we planned, because we can't see everything that God sees. Sometimes the things He allows don't always make sense to us, but because God is all-knowing, and also because He is completely good, we can trust His plan for our lives. So, if God knows better than we do, what are we supposed to do when things don't go our way? Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding." Rather than trusting ourselves in what we think is best, we need to trust God and surrender to Him. Surrender is like giving God control. But what does it look like to surrender? Well, we have a brand new segment where we're going to learn about a real person who can show us what surrendering to God looks like. So now let's go to our new segment, a brief account of something interesting that happened to people in the past.
What? You can call it that? That's way too long. Why don't you just call it people of the past?
Okay. Let's go to people of the past. Welcome to People of the Past, where we talk about people from the past. Today's segment will be quick, just like the guy we were talking about, because he was a runner. Isn't that funny? Anyway, he was named Eric Little, and he was born in China, but his parents were missionaries from a different country called Scotland. Now, a missionary is someone who goes to tell other people about Jesus. Some missionaries even go to other countries to tell people about Jesus. And Eric's parents did that with their whole family. Now, after Eric was a little older, his family went back to Scotland, and he continued schooling there. Now, Eric was a very fast runner, and he started to win a lot of races at his school. Eventually, he went to college, and he ran in lots of races, like this. Actually, he didn't really fall like that when he ran. Actually, one time he did. He was in a big race, and he fell down at the beginning. But even though he was super behind, he caught up to the front and won the whole race. So you can see he was really fast. But Eric wasn't just a fast runner. He was also a very serious follower of Jesus. And he made a decision to not run on Sunday, instead setting aside that day for God. Like I told you though, Eric was so fast, so he made the team from Great Britain to go to the Olympics, which is the biggest running competition in the world, and it only happens every 4 years. Eric was mostly a sprinter, which means he ran really short races, and he was going to run in 2 different races, the 100 meters and the 200 meters. But he realized that the 100-meter race was on a Sunday, and he had decided he would not run on a Sunday. Lots of people were really mad at him, but he was given the chance to run instead in the 400 meters, which was a much longer race, and nobody thought he'd win it. But Eric honored God and surrendered all of the results to him. What does surrender mean? It means to let go of what we want to do and instead choose to follow God and give him control. That doesn't always mean it's the easiest thing, but it's certainly the best. God chose to bless Eric, and he got medals in both races. He got a bronze medal in the 200 meters, and he won the gold medal in the 400 meters, setting a new world record. Eric continued to follow God and lived a life of surrender to him, and he eventually became a missionary and told other people about Jesus in China, just like his parents did before him. Eric Little could have run in the race on Sunday, but he didn't run on a Sunday because he set that day aside for God. So instead he surrendered his plans to God and ran in a longer race that was on a different day. Sometimes surrendering to God can mean giving up the way you planned or wanted to do things, like Eric did. There have been times when we've had to do that too, and surrender something to God. Let's go to Fireside Flashbacks.
What are you doing here?
Well,
Bobby's still not back yet. I don't know where he could have gone.
anyways, we're talking about different times when we've had to surrender something to God.
There was one time I had this really cool jump rope. I would have so much fun jumping rope with it. But then one day I heard that one of my friends had lost her jump rope. She liked to jump rope even more than I did. But now she couldn't. I really liked to jump rope, and I didn't want to give it up. But I also knew that God wanted me to care more about others and not just think about myself and what I wanted. So I decided to give up my jump rope and give it to my friend.
Yeah, I remember when Michael asked me to help him with the puppet show. At first, I didn't want to. I knew it was going to be a lot of time and work. I was worried I wouldn't have time for all of the other things I wanted to do if I started helping Michael. But the more I thought about it, and the more I prayed about it, I realized that it was something that God wanted me to do. So I decided to start helping Michael, and boy, it was a lot of work, and it took a lot of time to learn how to use all the equipment and stuff, but it has been a lot of fun too. And it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't given the time to do it.
What about you, Annie?
Well, this morning, I had everything all planned out for how the show was supposed to go. But then Bobby didn't show up, and nothing went the way it was supposed to. I could have been grumpy or complaining, but I'm learning that I need to trust God, even when things don't go the way I want. I can still make plans, but I need to be willing to surrender those plans to God.
That's great! There's nothing too big or too small that we can't give control of to God.
Some of the things you can surrender to God are your treasure, the things you have, your time, what you spend your time doing, and your talents, the things you're good at. Treasure, time, and talents. Those are just 3 of the things you can trust God with and surrender to Him. Next, we have a craft you can make to help you remember to trust God, surrender to Him, and give Him control.
Well, there's one thing you will choose to surrender to God. We're going to make a craft to help you remember to do that. So, let's get crafting. First, print out this template, which you can find at inthegapkids.org. Next, cut out all the pieces. Then take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and fold it in half. Trace your hand on the folded piece of paper. Now cut out your traced hand. You should have 2 paper hands. Next, take the rectangle piece of paper you cut out earlier and accordion fold it like this. Glue your paper hands to your folded piece of paper. Then open the hands and glue your 3 circles onto your craft. These 3 circles remind us of the different things we can give to God. The star reminds us of talent. God has given us special talents that we can choose to use for Him. The clock reminds us of time. Every person only gets 24 hours in a day. We can choose to give our time to God because in the end, He knows what is most important. The money sign reminds us that all that we have are gifts from God. We can choose to ask God how He wants us to use our stuff. Now is the best part of the craft. You get to choose one of the things, time, talent, or treasure, and think of something you can give to God. Once you've thought of something, write it down in the blank space that is on the folded piece of paper. And if you want, you can take a piece of yarn or ribbon and glue it to your craft. This lets you hang it up where you can see it to remind you of what we learned today. There! All finished! What does yours look like? Share a picture with us on Facebook at In the Gap Kids. We'd love to see what you're choosing to surrender to God.
Thank you for joining us today on
Hey, Annie, wait!
What?
Look what I just got in the mail! It came from, it's from Bobby! It says, Hi everyone!
I'm having a great time with my family on our missions trip. Did I tell you I was leaving? I don't really remember. We got to travel all the way to another country to tell people about Jesus and to help the missionaries here. I'll tell you about it when I get back in a few weeks. Well, I gotta go. We'll see you later. From Bobby.